everyone, it's Arahi TV. I am back on live stream. Now, it's really been a long time since I've been on live stream, so this live stream is going to be all about roller coasters and theme parks. It's a Q&A, but this Q&A should only be for roller coaster questions and theme park questions. There will be time we'll make like some different live streams, etc. But like today's all going to be based on coaster topics or like theme park questions Q&A. So yeah, hello Stanny G Media, how are you doing today? Hello Extreme Rides TV, man. So hang on a sec. New hold potentially inappropriate messages for review. So hey Dan, what's up? I know it's you, Stan. I know it's you. I follow your YouTube channel. So yeah. So anyone got any questions about roller coasters and theme parks? Because I will love you guys to ask you questions. So how about I'm going to mention what I'm going to do next on my YouTube channel. Pretty soon I will be making my top 10 favorite roller coaster list at Six Flags Great Adventure, because I feel like that it's time for me to make that video and I love to talk about them and big fan. Okay. Extreme Rights TV says, I dare someone else to say Nitro is way better than Superman the Ride. Of course you would mention that because you did see my Superman the Ride versus Nitro video. They're both hyper coasters. I find Superman the Ride to be the elite hyper, and I do not find Nitro to be the elite hyper. And I have the Superman the Ride shirt. But the thing that's really stupid about Six Flags is they need to do better with their ride stats. Like in the whatchamacallit, like in the station for Superman the Ride, they're fine with the stats, but not on their t-shirts. Their t-shirts, I'll show you what I mean. So right here it says hang on, 70 degrees drop. The length is 5,315 feet long. That's a lie. It's 5,400 feet long. The height is 202 feet. No, it's 208 feet. And the speed. So the light is too bright. Oh, okay, sure. I'll change the light if you like. Wow, that's nothing like Superman. Way to go, Six Flags. Good job. True. Be right back, folks. I gotta change the lighting. I think that's better. Hello, Noah. How are you, buddy? I know you like roller coasters too, so ask me a question. Daniel Resch or whatever the last name is. My question is, what was your very first amusement park you've gone to? Ooh, well, that's a very good question. My first theme park I've been to is Adventureland in East Farmingdale, New York. It's right on Long Island. And Dan, I take you've been there because I know you used to live in Long Island, which is pretty cool. So my very first roller coaster ride there was the Ladybug coaster, which is a Zaire family coaster. It's a ladybug themed. It's like the rides that you see at like Six Flags New England, like Catwoman's Whip and Harley Quinn at Six Flags Great Adventure. They're made by the same company. Noah, would I make love to a roller coaster? Okay. You're pretty funny. Well, I show passion for coasters. That's all I can say for that. Oh, really cool, Dan. You family and I went once in the fall of 2009. Oh, back then when you went, they had the old haunted house, and then they made it to some sort of new ghost house thing, which is pretty sad to see because I remember that old haunted house ride when I went, and I missed that. That's actually like one of the best haunted houses I've ever seen. I'm sure Knoebels in Ellisburg, Pennsylvania is going to beat that. I mean, I've never been to Knoebels yet, but I really want to go to Knoebels to ride Phoenix, Flying Turns, Twister, and their haunted house. It looks really cool. Have I ever seen Takabisha? Oh, good question, Stan. I've seen Takabisha on POVs, and I've also seen them on like theme park review. I've seen Takabisha. It is the world's steepest coaster, and actually, I was told they're making a clone of that in New Jersey at some point. I think it's 2019 or 2020. It's going to be an indoor family amusement park. I think it's right near MetLife Stadium. I'm honestly really pumped for that, and I will love to go there whenever I can. And yes, I would ride it, of course. I mean, I've ridden King Ka, I've ridden Superman, I've ridden like El Toro, I've ridden lots of roller coasters. Domo, come to Six Flags Great America in Chicago. Well, I wish, but Six Flags Great America is like 13 hours away from my house. I live all the way in Albany, New York, and my two home parks is Six Flags New England and Great Escape. So those are my two home parks I go to, and on occasions I go to Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. It's only a 3.5 hour drive, so this summer I might be able to just take a solo trip there and then drive back the same night. So I'll probably do that a couple times if I can. Hopefully I can go to Darien Lake as well. Danielle, my sister and I actually went inside that haunted house ride, and I closed my eyes through the entire ride while my sister was scared. Ah, makes sense. I mean, haunted houses are not for everybody, and actually I have to mention this. The first time I ever went on that ride was like when I was like 2 or 3, and my brother is older than me, and he was terrified of the haunted house. In fact, when I went to Adventureland last time in 2005, my brother refused to ride the haunted house because he was afraid of it. But I've ridden this ride when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and I was not scared at all. I actually laughed at the whole thing. I love the haunted house rides; they're fun. King Ka is strange because it's smooth in the front but rough in the back. That is very true because I only find King Ka to be smooth in the front. The back sucks on King Ka. It's really bad in my opinion. The middle is bearable, but it can be rough too. So if you ever ride King Ka, wait for like first or second seat. Avoid back at all costs. It's rough. PJ Drums. What's the longest you've waited in a line for? Hmm. Okay. The longest I've waited in a line. I would say 2.5 hours or 2 hours for Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England. Actually, no, 3 hours. I've waited 3 hours for Superman the Ride when they had virtual reality at Six Flags New England back on Father's Day. That was ass, and I'm never, ever, ever gonna wait in a roller coaster line again with virtual reality. Virtual reality, I find it to be very overrated, and honestly, it's just stupid. Hello, Tim. Have you ever been to the haunted houses at Fright Fest? If so, how scary did you think they were? I didn't think they were scary at all. To be honest, I'm surprised people are even afraid of that thing. They get scared over nothing, really. I find the haunted houses, honestly, Fright Fest to be pretty cool for theming, but overrated. And it gets very packed on Fright Fest, so I'm going to try to avoid Fright Fest at all costs unless it's necessary to go. Richard Test, whatever his last name is. See if they gave us a discount, Avery, at Six Flags New England in Massachusetts. Okay, I actually have a season pass gold for 2018 already, and I already get discounts when I go there. I get free parking, and I bought myself a all season photo pass, and I might be buying the dining pass as well if I can. So hopefully, if I could try that, then that would be cool. Um, the last amusement park that you went to, Dan, was Disney World in 2014. Disney is actually a good theme park. The last time I went was 2006, and I was seven. I was about 7 years old, and um, I didn't ride much. I mean, I ride most of the rides there, but I didn't ride Rock and Roller Coaster because it would have been loud for me. Because back when I had autism, I was very sensitive with sound, so it was very. So my parents didn't even want me to ride it, and I didn't want. And I chickened out on it because back then I refused to ride upside down rides. So but I did go on Tower of Terror. I went on Big Thunder Mountain. I've been on Splash Mountain, Space Mountain, when it was the older version back then, which honestly I miss. Like the old effects. What else? So I've been on Buzz Lightyear, lots of rides. Disney has really stepped up their game for what I've seen. They're now making a Slinky ride made by Mack Rides. I believe it's Mack Rides. It's going to be pretty cool. All right. Well, Tim, great seeing you, and glad to see you in my live stream today, watching it. So yeah, see you around. Crazy scary ride is the frog dance jumper in Florida Park and Ride. Never heard of that. Stream Rides TV. Go home, you're drunk. Okay. Who here eats White Castle? This is a coaster. This is a coaster topic, buddy. But I guess I'll mention White Castle then. In the meantime, White Castle. I've actually never been to White Castle, and I actually do not have any White Castle near me. I think the closest one near me is Southern New York or New Jersey. I'll try. I'll try to see if I could go to White Castle to do some reviews. I'll do that for you. Hello, Logan. How are you doing? You have any questions about like Canopy Lake Park or anything? I've never been to Canopy, but I know Canopy is pretty close to you. Do you have any questions about like Six Flags or anything? Any questions for me? Oh, and you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome, Extreme Rides TV. Do you guys have any suggestions for me for my next coaster reviews, or what do you guys want me to review for my next coaster? I'm still trying to think of any amusement park questions, but I want to say I like your videos and keep it up, bro. Oh, well, I thank you, Dan. Very nice of you. I like that. Stream Rides TV. Yes, reviews Superman Ultimate Flight. I will get to that eventually. In fact, I will be making my top 10 favorite coasters at Six Flags Great Adventure very soon. I know that's one of your home parks, and same with New England as well. So I'll probably say it was requested by you. So yeah. Now, Extreme Rides TV, I know you have me on Skype. Would you like to be my live stream? You can feel free to be my live stream if you'd like. So I will call you on Skype. Why don't I monetize my videos? I could be making money. Well, actually, the reason why is I just haven't got the chance to do it yet, but eventually I will be monetizing them. I don't know when it will be yet, but it'll take a little bit of time. Okay. I'm addicted to soda. That's one of the reasons why I got here in the first place. Okay, well, that's still cool though. I mean, I know you very well. So And speaking of soda, I still have some cans left in my house. I'm drinking right now a Mountain Dew Game Fuel Arctic Burst. That's now discontinued. Okay, I'm seeing if my buddy's gonna call. Such a nice beat. Yo, what's up? Nothing much. I see you're watching my live stream right now.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So how about you guys explain about yourself then? How about you explain about yourself?
What's up?
Oh, it's poor connection. Oh, okay. How about you explain about yourself then? If you like to be in my live stream.
Sure. Hmm. Well, I don't even know, bro.
Well, do you mind me saying your name like on like the live stream, or you don't want me to say your name?
I don't care, bro. Go ahead.
All right. So this is my buddy Elijah. He owns Extreme Rights TV. He only made like a couple of videos, but I think eventually he will be uploading more, from what I've heard. So Elijah, how about you explain about your 2 home parks you go to, and explain about your favorite roller coasters you've ridden?
All right. I go to Six Flags Great Adventure
Good park.
and Six Flags New England.
Also a good park. That's actually New England is one of my home parks. Actually, it's only an hour and a half for me, and seeing I live in Albany, it's not too far. And I also go to Great Escape as well. And that's my home park too. So yeah, that's pretty cool that you go to both parks. I take you go to Great Adventure more because it's a tad closer to you, and there's more to offer there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I prefer Great Adventure over New England, but there are some things I prefer in New England than Great Adventure. Like I said earlier, I prefer Superman at New England over Nitro because my reasoning is because I just never really had good rides on Nitro except for like 2 or 3 rides with airtime. And even though the restraints are bad on Superman, I still get more airtime on Superman than I do on Nitro. And actually, it's a fact that Superman has been ranking higher than Nitro on all golden tickets for like ever since it was first made. So like, but I'm not trying to sound like a GP or anything because Superman has been like voted one of the best steel coasters in the world, and I can see that because it's long, fast, and it's, in my opinion, it's underrated. So EC Coasters, what's up, Colin? I see you're watching my live stream now, and Twisted Timbers Media Day tomorrow. Well, too bad I won't be driving to Virginia, but that would be cool one day to go to Kings Dominion. And I know for a fact you're going to Kings Dominion this year, so it's up to you. But I really hope you could possibly make a vlog at Kings Dominion. That would just make my day, buddy. And I can't wait to have you call me, explain about your ride on Intimidator and also Twisted Timbers. You're so lucky. All right, Frightastic Rides. It's disappointing that the last time I went to Six Flags New England, Superman the ride was closed on me and missed out on it. Well, I think it's probably because you went when it was still in maintenance. So every now and then they like certain coasters they need to do maintenance. So now Elijah, can you explain to the YouTubers what is your favorite roller coaster you've ridden?
My favorite is El Toro Ballet.
El Toro, mine too. I love El Toro. And here's the thing about me and El Toro. I'm actually a husky person, and I hardly fit on El Toro because my thighs are huge. I'm like a size 40 to 42 waist, and I'm trying to lose that weight so that way I can get better rides in El Toro. And I've heard if I ever go to Cedar Point with like a 40-inch waist or above, I could get turned away on Millennium Force because I was told the seatbelt is small. And even though, and also I've heard that I'm most likely not going to fit on Wicked Twister.
Oh yeah, Wicked Twister was a big one.
And
I almost got kicked off of that.
oh yeah, you almost got the walk of shame. Jeez, that's gotta suck.
I'm surprised how I didn't.
Yeah, and on El Toro actually, for riding the bull during ERT during the Ace event, I was stapled 7 times, and I was this close getting the walk of shame. And this employee was just making a weird stare. He was like, yeah, he was like, what? He looked a little skeptical about me riding El Toro. So, but I was lucky. I didn't get the walk of shame, but I've never had the walk of shame in El Toro. And like, here's the thing: in the test seat, it's not red.
They're always lit.
It's like lit, but it's not fully lit, but it's not red. So that means I'm like borderline.
They're always lit.
That is true. And actually, I've heard for El Toro, speaking of that, he just gave me the other option I'm going to mention. I was told, I found this new photo on Reddit that El Toro just got their restraints repainted to black and orange. And also, I believe it's a new test seat.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So, fat. Yes. But I don't care.
They're considering running King of Khan's Imajara car.
Yeah, I heard about that too. That's gonna be pretty cool. Okay, Freight-tastic rides. We're supposed to be at Great Adventure opening day, but it's delayed till March 30th because of the snow. Well, that's no surprise because I'm actually on the Great Adventure Connoisseurs page on Facebook, so it's so I know this stuff too. Opening day 24th is a joke, but that's because of the snow. Originally, they were supposed to open it, but I think Six Flags America in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, is opening this weekend for the 24th.
I'm gonna Skype and still gonna watch it last year.
Oh, all right. Well, it was great talking to you, Elijah. Thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
See you around. All right. Well, Colin, thank you for mentioning this. So it's official that this summer I'm going to Wallaby Holland this summer on my Europe trip. I'm going on another Europe trip with my family, and I'm really pumped to ride Goliath at Wallaby Holland because I, for once, out of all these years, I get to experience a T-bar again. And T-bars are literally my favorite restraints on any roller coaster. But the B&M clamshell restraints are good too. So, oh, how far from Amsterdam? I was told it's about an hour from Amsterdam, so it's not far at all. And I'm really excited. So that's why my parents are going to take me, and I'm looking forward to try out Lost Gravity and the Rock and Roller Coaster Clone, which is a Vekoma launched coaster. I think it's an LMS launch coaster, and it's not LMS. No, it's not Larson. It's I don't know what I'm saying. I have a tongue twister, but looking forward to try out that Rock and Roller Coaster Clone and the dreadful SLC, the Vekoma SLC, and I was told it's the very first one ever built as well, so that's gotta be very bad. But I was told Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland is really bad, and same with whatchamacallit, same with Endor Attack at La Ronde, and I might make a review on that eventually. That ride is just so bad. Amsterdam Schiphol Airport is huge. Actually, I think I've been to Amsterdam Airport when I was departing from all my flights from my Prague trip, with my like class. So that was pretty cool. According to Canada Coaster Fan, Flight Deck is the worst SLC. I'm not surprised. I've seen a lot of POVs of it. It looks really bad, and my buddy Static Shock 2000 has actually ridden it, and he says it's really bad. Daniel says, "Did you know I went back to Six Flags Great Adventure in July 2012?" Well, that's very interesting. Hey Dan, can you tell me what rides did you ride at Great Adventure that day? And it's okay if you haven't ridden much because you're probably not as much of a coaster fan as I am. So I love roller coasters. Farm Animal, no, I did not have it in my vlog, I don't think. We were in a rush to get to the plane anyway because it was delayed. So we had to run to the plane. So I don't think I had the opportunity to do it. Have a wonderful trip, buddy. Thank you, Gemini Jets. Thank you very much. Glad you're watching my live stream today, too. Let me check out something real quick. They started to paint Mind Eraser green. Yes, that's true. I've actually seen pictures of it already, and I believe Mind Eraser is going to be, it's going to be now called the Riddler. Good question, Elijah. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't hear it. Do you ever go on SFNE Online by any chance? That's a theme park page. It's not Six Flags New England's official page, but it's SFNE Online. It's a lot of coaster enthusiasts go on that website. Well, Dan, that's really cool. You took a picture of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? Come on, Daffy Duck. We gotta ride that freaking overrated piece of crap, Nitro.
Edgeosaurus 12. My friend is scared to attend theme parks where people will throw up on you from the roller coaster above. Okay, well, there's nothing to worry about. Theme parks are theme parks. You're supposed to have fun at a theme park. Trigger warning. Of course you would say that, Elijah. Since when every time I talk about Nitro, you always have to say trigger warning. Daniel says, shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. And Logan apparently thinks that's funny too, so cool. I don't know if Logan's much of a coaster enthusiast, but if you ever go to Six Flags New England this year, buddy, please, I'm going to get you into coasters if you can. I think you'll like them. Gemini Jets 26. Six Flags New England is cool. I'm not that far from Massachusetts. I am in Maine. They call us maniacs. We call them massholes. That is true because there are massholes when it comes to driving. Many of them fail to signal, and a few are cutters too, but it's not as bad as New Jersey. New Jersey is very bad for driving. Now, Gemini, what other theme parks you've been to? Like, do you have a favorite coaster you've ridden? Oh, and Colin asked me to ask people about my most anticipated roller coaster. Well, that's a good question, Colin. My most anticipated roller coaster, despite I've never been there yet, but I want to go there whenever I have the chance to, when I get a lot of money. The most anticipated roller coaster, I think, will be Fury 325 at Carowinds. The reason's because that ride looks intense. I've heard it has not only floater airtime, but ejector airtime. It's been voted the best steel coaster in the world by Golden Ticket for 2 years straight now. And POVs looks like it's just flying. It doesn't look sluggish like Nitro. And yeah, it's definitely up there on my list. And I find Goliath at Wallaby Holland to be one of my most anticipated as well, because the airtime looks really good on it too. And it's Intamin. Intamin is my favorite coaster manufacturer, or just rides in general. South Carolina is even worse than Jersey. Okay. I've never been to South Carolina, so I don't know. Gemini Jets 26. I'm a bigger fan of water parks more than rides, to be honest, but both have great options of fun to have. That's a true fact. I do enjoy the water park at Six Flags New England. In fact, my favorite ride there at the water park would probably have to be Typhoon. Typhoon actually has very long lines, but it's a water coaster, and I'm a husky person, so I basically make the tube fly. So, yeah. What's your opinion on Superman at Great Adventure? It's uncomfortable for me personally. Okay. At first, at one point when I went on it, I thought it was a little uncomfortable, but I was a GP back then. GP means general public. So, but honestly, in my opinion, what I think of Superman at Great Adventure, Superman the B&M flying coaster, I don't find it to be bad. I actually find it to be pretty fun and quite enjoyable at Great Adventure. However, I didn't get a chance to ride it much because I never had the opportunity to ride it, and basically, I was really this close to ride Superman at Riding the Bull, but it broke down on me as I was about to ride, and I was very disappointed. So that was a bummer for me then, but I was lucky enough to ride it in November, which was a plus. But I'll try to ride it more this year when I go back to Great Adventure. I mean, it is a good ride, but it didn't make it to my top 10, but it's a decent B&M out there. I don't think it will be the best flying coaster I've seen. I mean, Tatsu at Magic Mountain and Manta at SeaWorld, they both look better than Superman in my opinion. Elijah says, you gotta have a good stomach for the pretzel loop. Well, I love the pretzel loop. That's actually my favorite element on Superman. And Colin actually has been on Manta. He says it's amazing. And I was told by him it was very smooth, and he said the back is really intense. You know something? This may shock you, but one ride I find to be pretty intense for B&M is Batman the Ride at Six Flags Great Adventure. They also have a few they have clones of it as well, though. They have a clone of like Great White at SeaWorld San Antonio. I believe that's the park. They have a clone of Goliath at Fiesta Texas. I think that was a relocation from the now abandoned Six Flags New Orleans. The very first B&M invert ever was Batman the Ride at Great America in 1992. And it's still there as of this day. It hasn't been scrapped, which is great. But speaking of scrapped, I'm very, very upset that they had to scrap Dragon Challenge at Universal. I think that was the biggest mistake they've ever made. Why? Why take away a good B&M when you're going to make a lame family ride at Universal? They're probably going to make a family ride for Harry Potter now because of all that space. Why not make like a Giga Coaster or something? That would be fantastic, but you could have just relocated those inverteds. That's a big mistake you made, Universal. I am sorry. Gemini Jets. I went to Hershey Park not long ago. The log boat ride is hilarious. Oh, you're probably thinking of either Tidal Force or Coal Cracker. And when you got hot from walking, go stand in the front of the area where the ride ends and you'll get soaked. That's Tidal Force. Tidal Force is actually a very good ride. Yes, Batman the Ride is so intense on some days. I get a headache after riding, and my grandfather puked on that one. Oh boy. I've seen coasters have delays because of puke. Colin says, Dragon Challenge was good, but not incredible. Fireball was closed when I went. Both of them were open when I went, but I only got a chance to ride the blue side. I forgot the name. I think it's Hungarian. No, I think it's Hungarian Horntail. That's the name. And I regret not riding the red because, well, I was in a rush anyway, so at least I got a chance to ride one of them. And also, I heard that they stopped dueling each other after an accident in 2011, I believe, where guys were just throwing objects at each other and it hit someone's eye or something. So then they were forced to have like a security check every time you ride the ride. If you have a phone, they only let you on in the line. That's basically the same rule now with El Toro, Joker, and Kingdom Come to Collect Great Adventure, which I think is a little crazy because, yeah, you still have to pay for a locker, but I think it would have been a lot better if they just make the lockers free for the ride. You just need to remember your code. That's all. Elijah says they were stupid like everyone else is going stupid nowadays. Yes, I agree. Another park should have bought them. I agree, Colin. Yes. Basically, I'm going to call Universal general public. Why is that? They're so stupid of scrapping the very first B&M. Well, I meant to say Dragon Challenge, I've heard, was the very first B&M invert to ever be scrapped. I don't even know where it is now. It's probably in storage just somewhere, but come on, Universal. Please be better. And Universal now these days, they're now going to make like a Nintendo Land, I'm hearing. That's just rumors. And I hope they don't take away ET, and they're taking away Woody Woodpecker from what I'm hearing. And that's actually, I was told that's actually a very good kiddie coaster. Too bad I didn't get a chance to ride it because that would have been a good credit. So that will be gone eventually, I'm hearing. And if ET is going to be gone, then Universal is just going to suck. And they took away one of the greatest rides I've ever experienced, Disaster. That ride was just fantastic when I did it. It's a ride where you watch a little show, then you're like one of the contestants of being like in an action movie, and then when you ride the trolley, it shows like the animation, and it shows like really cool effects like fire and water. Really cool. Too bad that's gone. Elijah says, I hate the new Rebel Yell name. Doesn't anyone hate the new Rebel Yell name? What is up with this these days? I was even told a rumor at one point at Six Flags Over Georgia, they were changing the Georgia Scorcher to Alabama Scorcher. Why? These days, people are just GPs. I'm sorry, they're GPs. Yep, Dragon Challenge is probably in the junkyard. You do have a good point, Colin. Gemini Jets 26. To make Universal great, they got a lot of work to do on their end. Yep, they do. What's up, Ian? Do you have any questions about roller coasters or theme parks? Or this is what the live stream is all about. Take your time, too. There's no rush. Now, everybody, do you have any more options for me for my next reviews other than Superman Ultimate Flight? Because I got other coasters that I want to review too. Ian the Gamer, my good buddy Ian, that actually doesn't live that far from me. He says, "What is my dream coaster?" Ooh, now that is a good question. My dream coaster. In my opinion, my dream coaster that I really want to ride so bad, one of them is Fury at Carowinds. That ride looks intense. Another one is Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion. And what else? Expedition G-Force at Holiday Park, which I was actually supposed to go to, but seeing that I heard there was more rides at Walibi Holland, I decided that Walibi Holland was a better option because of more rides to offer. But don't get me wrong, though. I think Holiday Park would be cool for like Expedition G-Force, but that's pretty much it. And I was told that Robin Hood will be RMC in 2019, but that really stinks that I'm not going to be there in 2019. If I went in 2019, then that would be like my number one ride at Walibi Holland. RMCs. You gotta like RMCs. Wicked Cyclone is the only RMC steel hybrid I've ridden so far, and that ride is insane. So great ejected airtime. The 200-degree foot stall is literally like my favorite element other than that little airtime hill before that. That's just amazing. Colin, good question. What kind of coaster do you think Great Escape should get? Well, that's a good question. Great Escape is my home park other than Six Flags New England. So, well, one ride that's rare these days are bobsleds made by Intamin. But I do not like alpine bobsleds at all. It's just a very rough ride in my opinion, and hardly fit in it because when I sit in it, it's like really tight. I don't know, it's sad. It's just like the seats are just really small, so it hurts my legs and thighs like during the breaks. It's just it's not very good, and it's really showing its age. So I think what they should do is they should take down alpine bobsleds and potentially make, if they have enough room and if they're going to do it, maybe an RMC Raptor like Wonder Woman Golden Lasso. If Great Escape made that, then everybody would just go to Great Escape a lot more just to ride that ride. And I would try to make it for Media Day if I can, if they ever did that. That will be a really good fit for the park. And I think you got to be 48 inches to ride in. Every single ride there, like their most major ride is Comet, Steam and Demon, the Aerodynamics, which is pretty rough in my opinion, and Flashback, formerly known as Boomerang Coast to Coaster, which is a Vekoma boomerang. All the other like major attractions are 48 inches, so I think the RMC Raptor would be a good fit for Great Escape. I wish, but I don't know what they're going to do yet. And they still have the old building of Nightmare Crackcastle Canyon, which is a indoor ride I went on in 2006, but they shut that down because people had to reserve times to ride it because the lines were so unorganized and bad. And I heard that there was like an accident on that ride where someone got their arm chopped off, I was hearing. But when I went on Nightmare, I thought it was pretty fun. Now, Elijah's dream coaster is a B&M invert in my backyard. I think that'd be cool. Not gonna lie, that'd be insane, but wicked expensive. Edgerosaurus. I recently rode Tatsu and Full Throttle at Six Flags Magic Mountain. They were the fastest I've rode. Well, just wait until you ride other rides, my friend. There's like fantastic hypers out there in the world. Great Escape is getting a bench. Oops, they can't afford that even. They will be getting a new fish for the pond. You're funny, Elijah. You know, I just love your sarcasm so much. But yeah, Great Escape, they are very lame. Not gonna lie. One guy asked me if I've been to Darien Lake. No, I've not. It's 4 hours away from me. Hopefully this summer I can go for one solo trip. I don't know when that will be, but if I can't go, maybe 2019. White Cyclone at Nakashima Spaland is getting RMC'd. I've already heard about that. That's gotta be really cool. Good night, Ian. Thanks for joining the live stream. Imagine a haunted house coaster. That would be a masterpiece. I think it would be a masterpiece. But what would make it? What manufacturer would make it? Maybe Intamin. Thoughts on Canada's Wonderland's Dive Coaster? Well, I thought that was a rumor, but I guess it's official, I'm hearing. So I think that's going to be a good fit for Canada's Wonderland because Canada's Wonderland is a gigantic park. It's huge. And they need something like that, I think. I think that'll be a perfect fit. My cat was also RMC'd, but I don't have a cat. Well, Elijah, pets can't be RMC'd, but I do have my kitty cat. Hello. Hi, Katie. Can you say hi to the camera? Hello, Avery. I don't think she wants to stay for long, but she's live with me. She's live. Track is on site. Cool to know, Colin. Gemini jets with actual people, chainsaws, and scary background music blasting. String spiders pops out. LOL. I am terrible for thinking of people getting scared to death. Well, you do have some good plans. Gemini, how long you've been following my YouTube channel for? I'm curious to know. I don't think I've met you yet. Elijah, cats are wonderful. In fact, dogs because they're very soft and they're actually pretty fun to be with. And if you treat them with respect, they'll treat you with respect, just like a human, pretty much. My cat is very soft, and my cat always sleeps with me every night. So she's been doing that for a long time. "2 years got to you from Joshua Jerry." Oh, well, that's really cool, Gemini. I know Joshua Jerry very well, and in fact, I actually got to meet him in person. Colin asks me, what looks better, Skyrush or Goliath at Wallaby? Great question, Colin. Well, obviously the restraints will be better on Goliath. That would be a fact. But my opinion, probably Skyrush would be a tad better than Goliath because I think Skyrush looks super intense. I mean, I've ridden Skyrush back in 2013. I loved it. It made it to my top 5. It was that good. The airtime is I think the airtime would be really forceful more on Skyrush personally, but for a more comfortable ride, Goliath would be the option. So I think for intensity goes, Skyrush would be better, but if you just want like a more comfortable ride, Goliath would be your option. Depends on what airtime you like. An Intamin is well known for flejector and ejector. Logan has got to my channel because of my Mountain Dew collection. Cool. But I don't know if I'm going to have a soda collection for much longer because seeing I'm a big coaster enthusiast, I actually want to make a roller coaster collection. I want to make like souvenir cup collections. I want to make like posters and get more T-shirts. That's what I really want to do. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my Mountain Dew collection yet. I probably will give most of it to Alex because Alex is going to be the one that's going to be collecting a lot of it. So I would personally give it to Alex because Alex is more into that pretty much these days. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love Mountain Dew and everything. It's just that I really would like a coaster collection. I think that's what's missing. Elijah, good question. If you feel up to it, do some energy drink reviews like Red Bull and Monster. But I used to be addicted to those also. Weren't we all addicted? I'm really addicted to Mountain Dew, but I try to limit myself. So basically, you and I, Elijah, are in the same boat. Us husky people. No surprise, Colin. We know you're addicted to roller coasters. I'm addicted too. But, Colin, if you can, please be an ACE member. And if you have the time, please join Riding of the Bull with me. Riding the Bull will literally be one of your best days of your life. I'm telling you, it's insane. Elijah, will you join Riding of the Bull this year? And I know you don't live that far from Great Adventure, so I think that'd be easy for you. And if you want to join my group, join my group. That's true, Colin, but if you're allowed to bring your car to college, you can, if you have track during the weekends, you might be able to get that off and maybe do Riding the Bull. I mean, if you tell your coach in advance that you can't make it, I'm sure Riding the Bull could happen for you. But if you're able to do that, be very cautious. New Jersey has bad drivers. And you're going to have to spend a night, most likely 2 nights, because you live pretty far from New Jersey. You live like 4.5 hours from Jackson. So, oh, you have to stay on campus. Yikes. That stinks. I guess that won't be happening for you then. Gemini Jets. With all of these people testing new things in engineering, I think we have just started in rides for upcoming coasters. They track the amount of views on a ride and see what people like to make more. Cool. Elijah said maybe. Hopefully you can join Riding the Bull. I mean, there's going to be more ACE events before then. I heard there's going to be an ACE event, believe it or not, right by our house. There's going to be an ACE event in Rye in July. Rye Playland. Might try to see if I can do that. And there's also an ACE event at my home park, Great Escape. That's going to be the time where I get back from vacation. So I really, really hope I can do that for an ACE event. That would be pretty cool. Have I ridden any good rides with VR? Good question. I've only ridden 2 rides with VR, and that's Superman and Steam & Demon. They both suck with VR. But Superman is a fantastic coaster. Steam & Demon is rough. Colin, want to try to meet up at Lake Compounce this summer, possibly? Of course. I'd be down for it. I can see if I can join Lake Compounce this year. In fact, I want to try to do the ACE event, but if I can't work out the ACE event, then oh well, but I can still manage to maybe do Lake Compounce. And if you want, Colin, meet me in New England as well, because that would be pretty cool too. And for once, seeing you have your own car, maybe you can stay at the park until closing hour. That way, you'll have the opportunity to finally ride Superman and Wicked at night. And I think you always wanted to do that, and that's a fact. Oh, Colin, if you still want to be an ACE member, maybe you can try the Great Escape event. And I know you wanted to go to Great Escape eventually in years, so you've always wanted to visit that. Yeah, if you can work that out, awesome. And maybe you could even spend a night in my house after the ACE event, seeing I live close by to Great Escape. Okay, Great Escape event I'm hearing is August 18th. It's on a Saturday. And the Lake Compounce one is the day after my birthday, which is July 14th. And if I can get work off, that's if I get a job. Probably will get a job. If I can get time off on a Friday on my birthday, then what I do is the day before the Lake Compounce event, I would go to Six Flags New England to spend my birthday. And it makes sense because New England's only like 45 minutes from Lake Compounce, so it's pretty cool. You'll be on vacation, Colin, in August? I thought you were going on vacation in July. I thought that was when you were going. Or you're going somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe a new theme park. Gemini Jets, I might be able to make it as well to Six Flags New England. It will be a great time. Well, if you do, try Superman and Wicked Cyclone for me. Your main vacation in August. Colin, do you know where you're going yet in August? And if you're going to a theme park, please don't tell me it's Carowinds. If you're going to Carowinds, damn. If you're going to be going to Carowinds, dude, I'm going to be so jealous. Oh, July is just a few days in Richmond. Okay. So you're going to be at, so it's confirmed you're going to be at Kings Dominion in early July. Cool. And for a couple of days, I should be in Long Beach Island then, and I'll probably do another visit to Six Flags Great Adventure. Because it's not too far from Long Beach Island. It's only like 45 minutes. 7-Eleven getting the Blue Shock Mountain Dew Slurpee. I've already had it, actually, believe it or not. I did not upload it to my YouTube yet, but will eventually. Colin, you're not going to Six Flags Magic Mountain, and you joke around with me all the time. And if you're actually being serious, good for you, but I don't know if I'm going to fall for it. Are you really going to Six Flags Magic Mountain in August? Be honest, Colin. You're going to New Hampshire. Yes. That makes more sense, Colin. That makes a lot more sense. You live close to the state line anyway. But my guess is, are you going to Storyland to ride Rorosaurus again, the Gravity Group family wooden coaster? You've already gone twice. Cool. Gemini Jets, LOL. Can you imagine if you go all the way there and Colin doesn't show up? You're funny. I don't feel like I need to go again. Okay, makes sense. North Conway. Oh, that's where you're going for New Hampshire. North Conway. I'm going to ask Google, how far is that from Storyland? Google, how far is North Conway, New Hampshire from Storyland in Glen, New Hampshire?
The drive from Storyland to North Conway is 6.1 miles.
Damn, that's very close. 11 minutes away. Cool. That's pretty cool. I'm stoked to ride Frozen Tundra at Six Flags Antarctica, biggest ice coaster in the world. Edge, stop being a GP, and you probably know you're being a GP. Nice try. I ain't falling for that. They have alpine coasters. Oh, in North Conway. Okay, I think that's what you mean, Colin. But there is no such thing as Six Flags Antarctica. But if they ever made that, would it be successful? Probably not, because lots of instruments cannot run in cold weather. Hey Isaiah, it's been a long time. Do you have any questions about roller coasters? This is actually a coaster and theme park Q&A. But if not, it's okay. But please welcome to stay and watch my live stream. Colin, really? Really? You're going to make me believe that? I don't like Wicked Cyclone. I always feel like I'm going to fall out. It's too dangerous. Well, you've probably heard a GP say that before. It's my number 2. Cool. Wicked Cyclone's my number 3. Isaiah says, it has been a while, dude. How are you, bud? And I was actually wondering if you'll be doing some Six Flags videos this year. That would be great. Yes, expect to see some this year, Isaiah. I'll be going back to New England. And I'm wearing, actually, one of the rides, Superman the Ride, the Intamin Mega Coaster. And I know you live not too far from Cedar Point, so Cedar Point's pretty close to you. But Isaiah, have you ever been to Cedar Point before? Because Cedar Point is a fantastic park. Yes, I will be doing a Cedar Point vlog soon, probably in May. Cool. All right. Here's something I'm going to mention about Cedar Point, Isaiah. Cedar Point is notorious for long ass lines. And Cedar Point has lots and lots of roller coasters, and you won't be able to finish them in one day. So if you want to spend a fortune on trying to get as much rides as you possibly can, buy the Fastlane Pass. So that way you'll be able to do any coaster you can. And hopefully Steel Vengeance will be open. They RMC'd Mean Streak. So please ride that if you can, because that ride looks insane. Gemini Jets. NE will be on a lockdown until further notice. I'm headed to my basement because NE is on lockdown, fearing that Avery Heaney's coming. You're funny. Stan, I am drinking a discontinued Mountain Dew flavor that I still have in my house. It's called Mountain Dew Game Feel Arctic Burst. Colin said, I went to Cedar Point 3 days and still bought the pass, and even then, I was barely able to ride them all. Gee, that seems interesting. Stan, it's Mountain Dew Game Fuel Arctic Burst. It's discontinued. Isaiah says, well, I'm getting a job and I'm going to be getting my license soon, bro. And I'll be doing more traveling videos and train spotting and also going to Cedar Point, maybe even Kings Island. Kings Island is actually pretty far from where you live. It's actually about 3 hours away, maybe 2.5 hours. So better save money for gas. Just saying. Kings Island actually looks pretty cool too. They have Diamondback, a really good beat-em hypercoaster for what I've seen. Banshee. They also have Nighthawk. They have Flight of Fear, Beast, Mystic Timbers. Looks amazing. Bowman Nation. Ever thought you don't live near here? You should come to Busch Gardens in Williamsburg. Busch Gardens actually is a park I was supposed to go to in 2013 when my dad offered me to go to Busch Gardens, but I actually regret it because that was the same day where I was going to Six Flags Orlando with my 8th grade friends for a band evaluation back at West Springfield. So I want to go to Busch Gardens, but at the same time, I really wanted to be with my friends. So I had a lot of things to do, and I decided New England was a little bit more important, but I do want to go to Busch Gardens, I'm not going to lie. Invader looks decent. I don't know the greatest GCI out there. And I think it's GCI, but it could be Gravity Group, but I think it's GCI. And Paul's Chariot looks really good. I'm a volunteer firefighter, but I don't get paid. Well, I think that's what volunteer firefighters are. They don't get paid, but they do volunteer to work. Actually, there's lots of people. When I went to high school, there was a lot of people in my classes that were volunteer firefighters, in fact. So that seems pretty cool for them. Colin, I thought so. You're honestly, to be honest, you're actually better with coaster facts than I am, and I'm actually still learning to make coaster videos on my channel, but I've been a coaster enthusiast for a couple of years. Isaiah says, Avery, when I get my license, I'll definitely come visit you and Alex. I haven't forgotten about you guys. All we had at all, and we've had some good times on Face Fun and Uvu. I wonder what happened to Booger Bear. Well, that's a good question, Isaiah. The last time he made a video was like 2 years ago. So I don't know whatever happened to him, but he's probably doing still pretty well living in Canada. So I do see him on Instagram sometimes, but hardly got a chance to talk to him. They just put a new roller coaster called the Griffin. Actually, they did not, Bowman, because Griffin was made in 2007, a long time ago, longer than you think. Griffin has always been there ever since 2007. Their recent coaster they've made, though, at Busch Gardens, I think, was Tempesto, which is a Premier Rides launch coaster. And I've heard it's a little rough, and they even have over-the-shoulder restraints. I heard like Phobia Fear at Lake Compounds looks better than that. We're still in a lockdown. Thanks a million, Avery. GP, for sure. Recent one was Invader. Oh, that's right, Colin. That's right. Right. It was Invader. Tempesta was before. You're right. It was. I'm only learning, Colin. I'm learning. But I love roller coasters. Well, thanks, Isaiah. I'll try to make more drink runs as much as I can. Good night, Colin. Thanks for joining my live stream. It was pretty cool. Guys, I'm actually gonna end the live stream right here because to do. Peace out.